Oh, what's happening, everybody? I apologize. I am running late. I pulled in from Tampa, about 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, and had 8 minutes to get this thing set up. So, going kind of crazy here. Hope everybody is doing well. We are on a countdown to Thanksgiving. I had to run to Tampa last night and drop off a skid, and got it installed. Picked up a new skid. Picked up 10 things of deco for customers in Tallahassee. What's happening, everybody? I'm sitting here reading. Doug has been in a poker tournament, so he's actually on a plane right now flying back from Miami, and busy. Good evening, everybody. Rocket City, Wild West. I tell you what, I do have a skid for somebody. This person traded in his soft wash system skid. So I've got a soft wash system skid now on consignment. If anybody is interested in one of those, know nothing about the operational condition on it. I think he had a little bit of a pressurization problem. It's one with a full bank of batteries, 12-volt pump. It's got the 12-volt wash down pump. Seems like a lot of skids. So anyhow, in a kinder, gentler, I'm not going to say that. $50, take it or leave it. It's actually got a hell of a frame on it. And a whole bunch of tanks. My God, that thing has a lot of tanks on it. So it's got the selector dial, so you can pick. Y'all are just trying to make me say bad things about that, and I ain't gonna do it. I am not gonna do that. I am not taking that bait. So, and a lot of y'all saw my Facebook status this morning. I said there's somebody looking at my truck this morning and walk out, and damn if it's not Doug Rucker. And Doug is has got family in Clearwater. They usually go there for the holidays. He flew in last night, didn't even have a car there, took an Uber to the hotel. His Kathy and Emma Grace are flying or driving in today. So it was great. Got to sit and talk to him for a while. It was good. Doug's a good guy. I teach with Doug every couple of years. And it was good. Daniel, I didn't go to Florida. I went to Tampa. Tampa is not Florida. That's Daniel Howerton, and Daniel Howerton thinks Orlando is Florida. And I guess that's probably a joke that's kind of hard to explain. Oh, goodness. Oh, this is the best. Oh, this is good. But Stephen, you asked that thing about the frame and the tanks, and it actually would be a very good setup for with the frame and the tanks. I'm not a huge 12-volt fan, but man, if somebody had a needed sealer, and it would be a good little scenario to somebody had some real custom needs for it. So it would be a good a good rig to rebuild. Man, Orlando's the capital of Florida. There was actually a big move several years ago to move Orlando to, or move the capital to Orlando, and thank God they didn't. Um, the way that the capital of Florida got set up, it was literally the halfway point between Jacksonville and Pensacola, and then there was really nothing down south of that in Florida at that point. So, um, Ryan, you don't even have to build a 12-volt kit. I've got a 12-volt kit here. Just come and get that software system skid. It's got a 12-volt pump on it. Joshua, hope you're doing well. Richard, thank you. I'm glad I can entertain everybody. So Ryan, let's talk about a 12-volt kit. That's really where a lot of guys start out at. For bang for the buck, building a 12-volt for $1,500. I can build hell, probably for less than that, I can build a batch mix 12-volt system and get a respectable, distance out of it. We did a 5 or 6 gallon a minute 12-volt with an accumulator, batch mixing it. So let's say we get a used tank, a used tank, $300 pump, $300 worth of hose, no hose reels, anything like that. And build yourself a gun. Yeah, you really can build one and build it pretty cheap. And heck, it's where a lot of guys start out. I am inconsiderate, guys. And that's not a hottie toddy. That's a coldie. Next will probably be room temperature too. Henry mentioned this about that. I didn't have hose reels for the first part of my life. Hose reels were a luxury that I literally could not afford to have, and it's I got the wrong freaking camera on. Anyway, the hose reels are not a necessity. I mean, whenever you're starting off and starting on a budget, and this is one of the things that I truly hate to see right now. And Doug and I got to speak about this. Doug Rucker and I, spoke about this at length this morning while we were catching up. And the YouTube gurus and the guys selling these really expensive skids that are out there, we hate to see it. I mean, because both of us started our companies on a budget and grew into it, and that's probably the difference that we're seeing nowadays than we used to ever see. Is people are going into extreme amounts of debt starting this up, and unfortunately, because they're hearing this, online. Oh yeah, you can make $3,000 a day. Oh yeah, you can make that $3,000 a day, which you absolutely can. 100% you can, but boy, you better have a plan to do that, because and you're probably not going to get that plan by doing Facebook ads and putting yard signs out. Just honest truth of the matter. You're just not going to get there, and I don't mean to pee on anybody's parade. But just by sticking yard signs out and because somebody on YouTube tells you can do that, it's probably not going to happen. You need a better business plan. You need to figure out how you're going to get this business. You need to leverage all sources of this information. And wow. Yeah. Well, that's interesting, And that would have never happened whenever I was coming up, you know. I mean, and this person came in and literally bought $10,000 to skid and paid for it in cash. It's shocking, absolutely shocking. Michael, I'm the same way. 2 years, coiled it. I don't have the right mindset. Yeah, I guess that mindset of reality, Ryan, is just a bitch, you know. I've told a couple of people, I'm actually writing a book right now, and whenever I get some windshield time, I just dictate to myself, and literally was having this very thought, and it's fresh in my mind. You know, part of being in business is leveraging your contacts. It's about making the most out of who you know. And the saying has been around forever. It's not what you know, or it's not what you know, it's who you know. But what you know about who you know is where the real money is. And I have seen just way too many great contracts, great jobs come from relationships and not yard signs. And I don't mean any offense to somebody doing yard signs. Hey, if they're working for you, have at it. But I think a lot of times the customers that you're going after are not going to be yard sign customers. It's when I say you need to get in here, and it's about what you know, or who you know, and what you know about who you know. If you don't have, first off, if you're getting this business, you need to let everybody in your sphere of influence. You know, and our sphere of influence is like our social network. It's who do we know? You know, do you let them all know that you're washing now, either full time or as a side gig, part time? If you don't know a lot of people, then you better meet a lot of people, or you need to out advertise everybody. But whenever you're advertising, what's going to differentiate your advertising apart? What's going to make your advertising actually special in any way, shape, or form? And, you know, if somebody's searching for a pressure washing company on Facebook or on Google, okay, just whoever's giving the most money, or whoever's turn is up in the rotation, that's whose ads being shown on that. There's no guarantee that your ad is going to get to the right person. You know, this is where we need to work that sphere of influence. This is where we need to absolutely, Stephen, I'd love for you to write a chapter on it. This is where we need to and if you don't have a sphere of influence, get out and create one. You know, you need to get out and join a Kiwanis club, get onto Facebook, and if you like fishing, join a fishing club. One of the things that I was writing today about this is though, you know, first off, do something you enjoy. Don't try to fake it. Second off, make sure your club is actually going to be people that can help you, or is your right demographic that you're going after. Like, you wouldn't want to join a drinking club for 20 or 30-year-olds, because let's face it, that demographic doesn't really have the houses that we necessarily want to wash, right? Even if you are 20 to 30 years old, that's probably not the area that's going to give you the highest yield. Your chamber of commerce. You know, I know in this day and age, and everybody thinks, you know, this is just a magical internet, put my stuff on the internet, and no, it's still more about personal relationships. I mean, I see guys on here now that leverage these personal relationships, that get nice. Steve and Henry, we got a buddy who just picked up 20, 25 gas stations because he knew somebody. They didn't call them on an ad. They didn't go to Facebook. This person that controls 25 gas stations that they want done quarterly didn't go to Facebook and go, let me find somebody that cleans gas stations. Here's another one, though. That person wasn't necessarily a gas station cleaner. He actually came in and bought a hot wash rig specifically to do that work. Now, he's an exterior cleaner. He's a very good exterior cleaner. Been in business about 3 years, and this is a fantastic contract that he's gotten now. But again, it was about who he knew and a referral to him from somebody over there. His sphere of influence helped him get that job. That's what we need to increase our sphere of influence. I think one that's absolutely great that we could do, let me catch up with some of these comments. The PTO, if we have kids, get involved with the PTO at a school where your kids are going to school, where your grandkids are going to school. Get involved with them. It's gonna help. I mean, it's a great way to meet people. And don't walk in there going, okay, I'm going to increase my pressure washing business by helping these stupid kids. No, go in with the heart of a servant. Go in there and going, hey, I want to be involved. Wear your sub shirt. Heck, you can even wear like a styled down sub shirt or a nice polo shirt with your logo. It's one of the things that we do when we're talking to people. Hey, what do you do for a living? Oh, where do you work at? Oh, well, I'm Ray. I own Spray Wash Exterior Cleaning, and I got a business card right here. Would you like that? I mean, it's oh wow, that's kind of interesting. Oh wait, you work for the state? You work for the Division of Uniform Traffic Citations? Cool. Ask them. Get engaged with people. This is what's going to help us. This is going to increase our sphere of influence. This is going to help us get people, know people, work with people. I mean, this is just what's so important on here for us to do. I'm going to get, I see something about the Karen Club. Big Ben Wash Pros advertises for you. Yeah, I mean, you've actually got a similarly named company. Von Charleston, yeah, and you're right. Chopping wood signs is the chopping wood part. Exactly. I mean, if it's working for you, good. And it's one of those little extra things. One of those little extra. It's not going to hurt, but nobody should make that the mainstay of their business, because that's horrible. It really is. Here we go. Joshua, washing business 3 years, wash all their houses, grandparent houses and parents' houses every year. Great people have become friends. Only one that washes for them. 100%. This is something that a lot of people don't understand, the longevity of the business. I mean, they don't understand staying in contact with people. The company today that I went down and met with and delivered the skid to, they have a very unique way of doing it. They do a lot of windows as well, too. In fact, they do more windows than they do washing. We were talking about what made them so busy, and this is a company that's a 7-figure window cleaning company. So let that sink in for a second. Squeegee and mop style window cleaning, interiors and exteriors, a lot of residential homes, kind of a boutique window. They get probably 5-6 times the price per glass than most window cleaners get. But he said, Ray, and I'm going to use Tallahassee subdivision names, not Tampa, St. Petersburg subdivision names. He said, we do it a little differently. He said, we always go for the quarterly service. He said, but we'll do annual service and 6-month service and monthly service, whatever somebody wants. But if we schedule a job in Southwood, what I'm now going to do is pull up my list of everybody I have in Southwood. And the office is going to call all of those people in Southwood and say, hey, by the way, we're scheduling jobs for Southwood. next week. We're there Tuesday. Can we go ahead and put you on? Can we go ahead and put you on for next week? And we can either offer you, at a discount for that service, 10%, because I know that we typically are coming in, your next schedule will be in 6 months, would be 2 more months from now. But if you want to go ahead and get them done, we can give you a discount. And it really helps to fill up his schedule and keeps to where crews aren't going idle. Same way with our soft wash business. Not that we're going to wash houses 4 times a year, even though we have, a lot of us do. Hell, I was just talking to somebody else. I think somebody that might be on here where, he's doing something quarterly. I've had lots of houses we've done quarterly. But, look at any relationship that you get in this business, and please think of it as a lifelong relationship with these guys. I mean, who wants to be a one and done or some one-off, or every year, every week redoing your schedule, every month you're starting over. So recurring services, and then every time, you ought to be getting your your client software. I am so brain fried after being behind that thing. Your House Call Pro or whatever, Jobber, whatever you're using for your client software, and putting that in there. Hey, remember to send them out that monthly email or quarterly email, and to reach out for them on the 10-month anniversary of their house wash, assuming that we're going to go ahead and wash it at 12 months. You're not asking for the business again. You're just assuming they're an annual customer at this point. But you need to start priming that pump for them to be the annual customer. They need to hear from you every month, every quarter, and then about 2 months before they're due, now reach out. Now start trying to make the sale with them. Don't just do it, a year afterwards and say, hey, it's Ray. I washed your house last year. You want to get it done again? No. Now you're a stranger. You've not actually manipulated, is not the right word. You've not worked that relationship. You've not done it. Let people read for me. Good listener. Chopping wood and carrying water. Oh, let me read some of these. Scroll past all the ads, visit my website, like what they see, and inquire with intention. Yeah. That is a vision I wish I never, ever, ever had in my eyes. Join the Caring Club of America. Figure I needed a challenge and headache and this. Hey, if you can manage those people, though, look how good it is. All those calls we get every day, they tell me I can get to number 1 on Google. It isn't true. No. You can get to number 1 on Google, but probably not from that. Probably not from that service, Probably not from that service. Yep, that was you. Okay, I didn't want to say that. That's what I was thinking. Henry, right here. All your commercial contracts are from knowing somebody. Exactly. And you know what? If you want more, then get out and know more people. Get out and how do you know people? Hell, sometimes you meet people just by knocking on their doors. I literally saw a major restaurant chain go down the other day because a washer walked in the door and said, hey, where's the manager at? This place is filthy. And they're like, oh my God, we got inspections next week. We've been meaning to get this done. Please do it. And he's now doing it monthly. But bam. Rejoining the chamber again. Fighting stagnation, staying in circulation in a slow economy. Absolutely. And BNI, a lot of people are members of BNI groups. If you don't know what BNI is, it's a networking group. A lot of your local chambers of commerce will also have networking groups that are similar to the BNI, but don't have maybe the rigorous attendance requirements that BNI has, where you got to be there or some kind of requirement. You have to send out this many leads. A little more casual, but still structured enough to be of value. And also the Chamber of Commerce has business mixers, and they, ribbon cuttings for businesses. It's a valuable asset. That was one of the first things that I joined whenever I opened Spray Wash. It was like $300 to join my Chamber of Commerce, and I was at those. I was at the network meetings they had. There was a group of about 25 of us. I think we grew it to about 40. We met at the American Legion Hall. I got a ton of business from that. I got absolutely a ton of business from that. What is this one? Joined a Home Commercial Builders Association, quite a few jobs in that organization, and word is spreading to others. Most recently, our school system. Amen. Amen. Commercial Builders, Home Builders Association. Wow, what are they going to use you for? Well, new construction cleanups, window cleaning. I mean, how many builders struggle? How many builders have set their laborers out there with a pressure washer and absolutely ruined concrete, destroyed concrete because they thought, oh, pressure washing is easy. No, trying to get red clay stains off of driveways. Yeah, that's some great business to get right there. But you got to get out and do it. And that guy that's building a $600,000 spec home, he's not going to sit there and say, oh, yard sign. Yeah, let me call that guy. No, it's not going to do it. Hey, Jerry, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you up there. Josh, yes, I think that is Joshua that has Big Ben Soft Wash and Perry. Yep. And that's true. What Joshua is saying right here. Whenever you're dealing with the referrals, they're not asking the price. Whenever you're repeating customers, they're not typically asking a price. They're not price shopping you. The hard part of selling yourself has already been done for you, especially with the repeat customers and especially with the referral customers. They're going to get the service done. And if their kid trusts you to do it, or their parents trust you to do it, then they're going to use you. They're just going to use you. As long as you're fair, it doesn't become a price issue. Stephen Button. Yeah, you know a little bit about recurring service. And congratulations on your fourth truck. That is really amazing what you've done. For those of y'all that don't know Stephen, Clean Fast USA, Clean Cans USA. Stephen just put his fourth garbage can bin cleaning truck on the road. He's a true inspiration. One of the cutest families you've ever seen as well too. Known Stephen a long time and super good guy. There you go, Joe. Thinking out of the box. That's why I'm doing a flotilla with decorated boat for Waterway Parade. Expand lighting network to boating friends. 100%. Hey, you know what else? Here's a good boating friends. Here's a little nugget right here. People with boats have money. They really do. That's a good market to be in. You got a yacht club or a boating club or something like that you can join. It's a good place to meet people. Most of those people have disposable income. All of my commercial contracts come from Jesus. I have no commercial contracts. Or is that Jesus? Well, you're a residential guy, Bobby. Made a membership committee. We are joined by the original new entrepreneur. Paver sealing. Yep. That's another such a good recurring business right there. Best place for a yard sign is in your customer's front yard. Oh, I am so taking that right there. I'm writing that down in my idea book, Stephen. That's amazing. That is a nugget right there. Front yard. That is good. And it's true. It's 100% true. And I even gave you credit for it. Harp. 100%. All right, let's see here. American. Very true. It is who you know. In my first year in 1983, I met George Jones. It took me 10 years out and so many contacts. Started with rental equipment, and the rest is history. Yeah, 100%. Always think out of the box. That's true. They own a boat and they're broke with a badass boat, or they're broke with a broke ass boat. But you know what? The majority of them, especially if they're going to boating clubs and doing things like that, that's not a bad place to be. I mean, if I had a logoed truck, a spare logoed truck, go drop that damn thing down at Shields Marina. Hey, Brett, can I park this here today? We're going out in the water. Go park it down at the Carabel Boat Club. I mean, what a good spot to do that. I remember, a lot of guys have heard me tell my old story about, whenever I would take my sales vehicle or on a day when a rig wasn't working, I would park it, bam, right out there in front of the rental tool exchange at Home Depot. Why? Because people are bringing out their freaking pressure washers that they rented, that they realized it sucked and they didn't want to do that anymore. Customers tell me to put a sign before I do the work as a way to possibly gain a neighbor and do 2 or 3 on the same street. Yeah, it's worked. It's a great idea, Scott. Absolutely. Most of the boat owners we do $2 million homes on the waterway, not broke. Yeah, no, it's a thing, it's absolutely it's a thing. And these people, people with nice vacation homes and waterfront homes like that, when they get there, they want it to be clean. They want it to be nice. They want. There's an island 90 miles away from us called St. George Island. And we used to laugh. We'd never cross the bridge going there for less than $1,200 or $1,400. And there was one particular person that managed several houses there. And it was like clockwork. I mean, we'd get the call, hey, we got to go down. We got to do this. And he'd give us a package of 10 houses, got to be done by X day. And, the owners are coming in for the holidays. Owners are coming in for the 4th of July. And these people don't care about the price. They want it done right. They're not looking for a cheap guy. They want somebody that's dependable. They want somebody that knows if I give them my word that it's going to be clean and perfect whenever they get there, then by God, it's going to be clean and perfect when they get there. Man, Joe, I want a contender. I would love a contender. But I don't have Tim Aselton money. It's crazy whenever I get to go over to Destin and visit Tim and just go boat watching. And it's absolutely insane what all's over there. But again, let's go back to the PTO thing. We go to the PTO thing. Worst thing that happens, you do some good for the school. Best thing that happens is you meet people on the school board. You meet people who are managing the individual school. Your name gets run up to the school board. You wind up scoring something county-wide on that. You meet homeowners that have kids in that school as well, and they now trust you. And remember, what's that thing that people do whenever they're not relaxing with their kids, their job? Yeah, it's their job. And one of the biggest things that I see people forgetting to do and not talking to their customers about, I know Henry did because he took a really nice book of business from us on something. But whenever you get a call from someone to go and you're sitting there chit-chatting with them and doing the walk around with the house and they're a happy customer. Hey, where do you work at, by the way? What do you do? And then after they're thrilled with your business, after they're thrilled with the results you've given them, follow up on that. Oh, wow, you work for the Florida Lottery? Hey, do you know who's in charge of the facilities of that building, or do you know who's in the maintenance department that I could possibly talk to over there? Okay, yeah. Yeah, here's my email. If you want to send me an email, or I'll send you an email and, you know, bring it back. I mean, we just don't follow up. I mean, this is just not a one and done business. If you approach this business as everything's a one and done, if you approach this business, everything's a one and done, then you're literally having to rebuild your business every month. What's up, Rhino? Oh, Stephen, you know it ain't us. You know I am not connected to that company whatsoever anymore. I was thinking about, but what I was talking about was my old Zaxby's account, and Henry got that because he wound up. That's an account that I had at Spray Wash for 9 years or something. Henry's washing the guy's beach house, and not only did he get the two that I used to do for him, but he got 2 more Zaxby's from the guy just by, hey, what do you do? Hey, we'd love an opportunity. Oh, wait, who does that? Spray Wash? Did you realize Spray Wash isn't locally owned anymore? Oh, you didn't know that? Love to give you a price. Bam. And good for him. I think it's awesome. Well, be done with me after you get all that sealer that I got in the back of my truck for you, because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Okay, you watched the district manager's house first. Actually, found out, got in touch with the owner. Nice. I mean, and there you go, guys. That's how we're getting this freaking business. That's how we build these little empires. That's how we do all of this, you know. We want to just, God, I want all you guys to just freaking rock this thing, have amazing businesses, and have businesses to where you don't even have to go out and market anymore, to where you just, oh, here's what I'm doing next week. Oh, wait, 2 weeks from now is already filled up too. I know all this crap's coming in. I mean, that's why I sold my business. That's what made my business attractive to the company that bought us out, is because of recurring revenue, because of stuff that happens every year, year in, year out. Whenever they say that Mr. Johnson's house has been washed 8 times, when they see that Miss Smith's house has been washed 9 times. I mean, this is the kind of thing, I may not have a contract with them, but they kind of realize that that's business that's gonna keep coming back, because we keep contacting them and we keep making that happen, that's what makes it just happen, guys. That's what gives major value. Oh, I know, that's Cody Sealer. So yeah. And you're right, Mike. Yeah, you can't sit back on your laurels ever. How many times have been washed since the purchase? Stop. You were being evil tonight. You were getting me in trouble, man. You were getting me in major trouble. Biggest question is do I care? Stephen, do you do fence and deck staining as well by chance? So that's a Henry question for you. Oh, man. And Stephen did a negative on that. I think y'all two are on 2 different, I think one's on YouTube and one's on Facebook. So no, he is saying he does not do fence and deck staining. Jeffrey, thank you, sir. Happy holidays to you. Hope everybody has that happy Thanksgiving, which I don't understand how it has snuck up, and it's literally this week. Um, it's this freaking week, guys. I mean, this year has just gone by. I will say this: another thing that I learned from expert window cleaning is today. He made, hey Anthony, what's happening? How are you doing? The Austin is on here as well. Austin is from All American. He may. I'm not sure. You might want to ask him as well too. One of the really encouraging things that I heard today down at Expert Window Care in Tampa St. Pete was he said they go through a lot of people. They've got I want to say 12 employees, and he said this last couple of and they'll hire 6 guys at a time, and 4 will weed themselves out. I met with them earlier this year, May, June or so, and he was just really went down and taught plant and property protection to his whole office. He was really bemoaning the fact about the labor pool, but his last couple of hiring rounds, he said he felt the government money is running out, and he's finally getting good or better candidates that are coming in there for the applications, and it's been a lot easier for him to hire good people over the past couple of months, which I find to be very encouraging out there, because I know a lot of us have had real bad problems hiring. Henry don't want to get those hands dirty with stain and stuff on there. All right, so Thanksgiving, and there's Joshua mentioned, working Thanksgiving weekend. A lot of people think, and this is where I think the guys that know this business and my buddies here and not just Tallahassee, but the guys that are real pros on this, we know that a washing can happen anytime, any place, anywhere. And just because it's a holiday weekend doesn't mean that there's not going to be washing. In fact, it's a great time. The people right now are starting to look at their house and looking as they're putting up Christmas decorations or getting ready to, and going, ooh, the house is dirty. It's kind of a good time to wash, try to get the washing done before the Christmas decorations go up. But right now it's a fantastic time to wash, and don't just go and, if you want to work on this weekend, work on this weekend. If you want to spend time with your family, spend time with your family, but don't go into it and automatically assume that because it's a holiday weekend that nothing's going on. That's a self-limiting behavior. And I have washed a lot of stuff through the years on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. In fact, it's typically been really busy weeks for us. Thanksgiving, not so much. We tried to be out of town for that. But I'll tell you what, Christmas Day, I've been up there working at TMH on Christmas Day because it was such a nice, quiet time. Get up there on Christmas evening and do it. Not Christmas Eve, but Christmas evening. New Year's Day, amazing day to wash. Around the colleges, everything's nice and quiet. Most businesses are closed. There you go. Look at them. Steven's so Steven went out hunting for a couple of days this weekend. So he's must be in that real manly mood right now. He's just slinging the shade. Michael, working this weekend and over Christmas a couple of days. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I think it naturally does slow down some. I think that you may not have the volume of calls coming in, but if you want to start working that book of business that you have, that you should have, that you've kept all these years, yeah. then um, you can. Look at that. So don't worry about Henry's nails. They get done weekly. So he gets that buffed out every week. You guys are a mess. I'm going to get you two on here one week. And yeah, we can just have a kind of a Tallahassee takeover on this. Absolutely. So anybody have any exciting Thanksgiving plans they want to share? Any cool things happening? I know we got a couple of guys working. Oh God, Garrett Dykes. Absolutely. Washing discussion wouldn't be complete without Garrett. Garrett will be watching Auburn lose this weekend. Yeah. I think we're going to take Mom down to the coast for Thanksgiving dinner. All of our family's gone on Thanksgiving Day. And then Friday, we got the Seminole Gator game on there. And then I don't know what the heck this weekend's going to happen. So. Oh, you guys are a mess. Damn hoot. Absolute hoot. Normal huge family gathering at my house. Yeah, for some reason this year it just didn't work out to where we're having the huge one. The girls both had plans, and yeah, so it's kind of weird for us, strange. And usually we've been going down to Cedar Key for the last couple of years, the day after Thanksgiving. So going to hot old West Virginian girlfriends for Turkey Day. Nice. What's happening, Blaine? Hope you're doing well, Mr. Sudsy. Woo! 1 of 10. Man, my dad came from a family like that. My dad had was 1 of 9, and they've been dying off here. Well, in fact, they're all dead. Come to think of it, Dad was the last one to pass. Kind of weird. And then the family really just kind of scattered on off. That's a man with confidence right there. I'm going to go kill. That's right, because you can't say you're going to go hunting because that implies a chance of failure. There is no failure. Oh, goodness. That's funny. So it takes about 5 hours to drive from St. Pete up to Tallahassee on 1927. I know this because I did. That's where I've been all afternoon. Hold on. So Blaine, Christmas lights are keeping you popping. I saw a Facebook posting on there. I don't think we have any of our Tallahassee group. I think we have any of our Tallahassee group that hangs Christmas lights anymore. I know there's a couple of people around here that do that, but I don't know of any washers that are doing it anymore. I did it for 3 years. Couldn't stand it. Not my gig. I don't know why. It just doesn't work. Doesn't invite me over for a stiff drink. Throws the Tigers under the bus all in one night. Oh, your Tigers didn't get thrown under a bus. Your Tigers are going to get thrown under an elephant, man. Then again, I mean, hey, it's the Iron. First off, it's the Iron Bowl. You never know. Which that Iron Bowl is some of the greatest football of all times. And it's a rivalry game. And obviously, Alabama has shown themselves some weaknesses this year. So, hey. BB, what's happening, man? Hope you and your lovely bride are doing well. Still out there killing it. Nice. You got a buck this weekend? So I know Tanya had somebody come out here and look at our house to do it, and they wanted like $650 for the first year to do it, and then a little bit later a little bit less for years past. I'll tell you what happened with me, and we started doing it when we were about a $600,000 a year company, and we were really ramping up on that great growth path right then. And my whole thought was, well, this will give my guys something to do whenever it's in the slow seasons, the slow season. The problem was that those next 3 years that I did it, we never had a slow season. And so we were literally, okay, this truck, I need you to wash. You're going to go out and wash these 2 houses. This truck, you're going to wash this house. And then you're going to take these lights and go put these lights up. And then all of a sudden we started getting behind on there because just problems. And then we had supply issues. And then, I mean, if I was to do that, Henry, I would go and take, take 25,000, 40,000, whatever it has to be. And I would get an enclosed trailer and all my stock and have it in there, because we were getting so aggravated of, okay, put the lights in the truck. Okay, take the lights out of this truck, move the lights over to that truck. And just it wound up being a scheduling nightmare for us. Really a big headache for us all. So we hang Christmas lights. Is there one of those in town? I never get out of the store anymore. So one of those chains, Daryl's involved in it. Okay, cool. Hey, you know what? And I'm sure if you want a slow season, I am sure that Stephen or Anthony or Austin will pick up your slack. Just don't answer your phone for a while. You don't get a slow season, man. But they'll take care of anything you don't want. And and in all serious about that though, if there is something you don't want, it's okay. You don't have to run yourself crazy. You don't have to sit there and take everybody. And you really can. I mean, don't be the jerk. And if they're an absolute Karen or horrible person, and refer those to one of the good guys, Austin, Anthony, Stephen. I mean, but take that business and say, hey, you know what? Stephen at Waterworks does an absolutely amazing job. Golly. Austin, perfect washer. I mean, just does great. I mean, refer those people out. Ms. Johnson, I can't, thank you. So nice. Thank you for calling. We appreciate it. We are just scaling back, or we're just slammed for the rest of the year, but I do have a network of washers that I work with, and it's very possible that they can get you on the schedule. And here's their phone number, and there you go. Something like that. And then you're building your relationship and helping your friends out there. Now, conversely, if you have somebody that's a royal pain in the ass, you know that they're going to be difficult. Send those to the washer that you like the least. And no, and what Stephen just said, it is okay to say no, because you can burnout is real. And Henry, I know you work extremely hard, and you do overnights, and you do, I mean, for those of y'all that don't know Henry's still a young guy. Henry's younger than most of us, and he's doing very, very well. And I'm very proud of him. And he's killing it. And he also might be killing himself at the same time. So it is okay. Listen to Stephen. It's okay to say no. And it is. I was always awful. That was my thing that I was probably the weakest at, was telling people no. It's okay to say no. But people love you even more if you say no, but here's an option for you. And that way somebody can still make some money on it. Food for thought. All right, so James Vandenhall is doing a massive big family fun thing, big family dinner with the wife's one of 10. Yeah, Austin, same way, And you one of the things that I always had, it's like you work so hard to make the phone ring, and then suddenly the phone rings, and it's like, well, I got to do that. The phone rang. They want something done. I have to do it, even if it's inconvenient for me. Well, you know what? You're in charge of your own destiny. You really don't have to, especially if it starts getting into your family time, your lifetime out there. Don't ever forget why we're actually doing this. We're doing this for our families or for our lives, to build a better life. You can't build a better life. How many licks? What was the old 3 from the cartoon? There's a lot of people who have worked themselves into an early grave, and there's a lot of people who've also, worked themselves out of a relationship. However, I'll also say this: if your partner doesn't understand that sometimes there's a need to work hard, then it might not be the right partner as well, too. They need to support you in all your endeavors, as you need to support them as well. But, oh, you can't work. Honey, I'm doing this for us. We need the money. We're doing this. Gary Hampton, hope you're doing well, buddy. And you're right. It is an addiction. It can absolutely 100%. And not just washing. I mean, I'm not saying that washing is an addiction, but business is an addiction, and success in business is an addiction. And I'll tell you something I always had a problem with was being able to relax and enjoy the fruits of it and not go, because I could always say, well, there's one more blog posting I could have done. There's one more Facebook posting. There's one more Google ad. There's one more set of pictures I could have put up on back in those days that didn't have Google My Business. Sometimes you literally have to sit there and say, I'm proud of what I've done. I've created something amazing out here, and I'm going to say, cool. I'm going to not feel guilty that I'm not doing it. Steven's mentioned about going hunting. He's on a hunting lease. He's good about detaching himself from it. I think Henry bought himself a motorcycle, off-road bike recently. He's been good about detaching from it. I don't know if Anthony's got vehicles he likes to work on. It's important to get a release. I mean, it's important to detach from this. It's okay. You don't have to do it all the time. You really, really don't have to, and at some point you can actually say, yeah, I'm pretty freaking good at what I do, and I don't have to. I'm happy with what I've done, and the wheels are in motion for it to continue to grow. It's why they call it building a business, not creating a business necessarily. We build on the steps that we do today. We build in there, and we go up and we go up, and we build on things. I mean, in some ways it becomes almost a pyramid, because we lay that foundation and we keep building on what we do on there. There's a lot of people that I've pointed out to a couple of guys that have been in business for 6 months. And they're like, well, it's just not happening fast enough. And I said, well, I really think, and you've got unreasonable expectations. And so many of these people have unreasonable expectations because they're out there listening to the YouTube gurus. They're listening to the Facebook groups about the people saying, hey, just out here killing it, man. We're doing so freaking awesome. And really, because I know a lot of those people aren't. I know a lot of those people are full of crap about it. And if you're building a business, let's say you've done 50 houses. If every one of those people, send you a referral and you do it, now you've done 100 houses. That's still not that many houses. That's a month's worth of work for the average, washer that's kind of hitting on all cylinders. Considering an average size house. So it's where you have to build it. You just have to, And also remember this about the building of a business. Everything you learned today, everything you learned yesterday, everything you learned last year, you keep building on those steps. I've told lots of my friends in this business. I know several of y'all nod and say that, you know, they've heard me say this, but I could have given spray wash to somebody. Just, hey, I'm done. I'm tired. I've made plenty of money. Take my business. And they would have failed. It would have gotten shut down within 6 or 8 months, or it wouldn't have looked the same by any stretch of the imagination, because they didn't have the experience or the knowledge or the let's say experience to run that type of organization. Hell, I didn't have it, because it was growing every year. I didn't have the, you know, we had to take what we learned the year before and the year before and in year 5 and in year 2 to know all the moving parts. You can't just suddenly create something with, you know, 1,000 moving parts and expect it to go perfectly. So Stephen, burn yourself out. You won't be happy. We had our most busiest year, and I'm ready to check out for the rest. And I can't. I honestly burnt myself out this year, and it's time to make some restructuring come January 1st. Looking forward to it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Put detachments on my schedule. That's the next thing that he put on there. Tanya used to put stuff on for me called SRT, Strategic Reserve Time. And we'd block out afternoons, random afternoons out there, and say, you know, what's the SRT? Oh, wait, that's basically Ray time. That's for me to either catch up on crap or for me to go enjoy myself. But strategic reserve, oh, look, I've got some strategic reserve time right here. And you need to do that. Yeah. Anthony does have the monster truck. And that's actually important. What Austin said, put it on your schedule. If you just sit here and you say, I'm going to take some time off. When are you going to take it off? Put it on the schedule. Do it for yourself. Put it on your schedule to take the time off, because you can keep that. You can keep saying, oh, I'm going to take some time off. But when? If you keep working yourself to death 60, 80, 100 hours a week, you never do. Oh, yeah. You know, the graveyards are absolutely full of people that were going to do shit. It's truth. All right. Had a friend reach out and says he's thinking about quitting. The work isn't there. Made me really think about all the times I've been in the same position and pushed forward, and look where I am now. Yeah, absolutely. Guys, the work is there. And I'm sorry, but the work is there if you want to go out and get it. Now, as much as I hate the word pivot, you may have to pivot. You may have to change up the kind of work you're doing. We may find that our average residential is going to go down. The money's a lot tighter for people. They may stretch out their things. We may have to do that. Hey, there may be other people you want to go to work for. You may want to partner up with some people. You know, a couple of you guys know this. I've had them, you know, I've told a couple of guys, I know a washer in town right now that's looking for somebody for Sunday jobs for a very large customer he has. And he's not say a washer. He actually is a lawn care guy. And he needs somebody to either run his crews or come in and sub some jobs out from him every Sunday in Tallahassee. I'll tell you about it. I'm not going to say live. I'll tell you, stop by and see me, Stephen. We'll talk about it. But you know, or are you asking Henry who's talking about getting out? But you know, the business is out there. A lot of us just don't ask. You know, so Joshua was, I don't know if Joshua's still on here, but you know, I told the story a few weeks ago. No, it's not Chick-fil-A's. You have to come by and see me. I'm gonna make you buy stuff. Come by and see me. I ain't gonna talk about it here. So Joshua and I were laughing because he reached out to me, and the other day, I told a story a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago. Time winds up blending in with me, but so we talk about, is the business there or not? And I use the thing about Perry and Taylor County. Turns out it wasn't really Perry and Taylor County, but because Joshua said, "Oh, what was that? What job? What job was it? I want to know about it," because he's down in Perry and Taylor County. It wasn't really, but I use that as an example. But I have a washer that I know, and he wanted to get into government work, and so I had a talk with him, and I said, "Dude, what about the schools? What about the schools in Taylor County?" Yeah, you think I can get them? I said, yeah. I said, if you look, yeah, they're filthy. They're absolutely filthy. I said, okay. I said, what are you going to do about it? Well, I guess I don't know. I said, well, I'd probably talk to somebody in facilities. Pull it up on the computer for it. Okay, here's who's in charge of facilities of schools in Taylor County. Google is a wonderful animal. Oh, okay. Oh, God, thank you. Yeah. I'm going to reach out to them. I said, yeah, I'd probably go out there and take some pictures of it. I said, I'd send them emails. I'd follow up. I said, look, this is, I wouldn't be ugly about it, but, this is not presenting the best scenario out here. And there might even be some COVID money for cleaning and look at the biofilm that's growing on your building. And, he came in, it was about a month and a half before I saw him again. And I said, hey, bud, I said, did you do that? He's like, golly, you'd be so proud of me. I was like, okay, what'd you do? He said, I took a picture and I sent that email. I was like, okay, awesome. I said, what happened? He goes, well, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Well, I don't know. He hadn't responded back. And I was like, okay, so I said, did you call? No. But did you call? No, I didn't call him. Well, why the hell didn't you call him? You don't even know if that email went into his spam filter. You don't know if he received the email. You don't know if he's still with that position with the school board. You don't know any of this because, so many people are tied into this technology, this computer thing, and thinking, oh, the magic bullet is this keyboard right here, and this reaches out to me of everything that I need to do is gonna, I was gonna take pictures of my drone. There you go. What are you going to do with the pictures with your drone? And so, I mentioned Joshua because I was laughing because he actually reached out to me. I mean, this is what you call somebody like Joshua is amazing. He heard something. He's like, what, huh? Wait, Perry? Yeah. Think of me. I'm in Perry, but the average person is just not proactive. They're reactive. And by what I mean is we react. The phone rings. Let me answer that. Okay. I reacted to a phone call. Proactive is making your phone ring. Proactive is going out and getting the business. And anybody that sits there and says there's not business out there to get is not trying to get business, because there is. You can find a way to put your pressure washer to work. Why is the living room quieter than the kitchen? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. No, I don't think we're actually going to do the Power Wash Store event in January. February, Jamie Schmidt, Gene O'Neill, the PW Pressure Washing Motivation, PW MCA J13X12. That's going to be in February in Orlando. And I'll be at that one. I'm speaking at that one. And I'm actually going to be a vendor at that one as well, too. Oh, my office. My office is still in the office. But, this is the family room, not the living room. So living room, I'm in there. But, yeah, I don't know why it's quieter. I was just running in so late tonight. I wasn't able to get to the office because I just came in from Tampa 10 minutes before the show started. And I think because I'm using a different computer, I'm using my laptop instead of my Mac that I keep in my office. So, PWMCA, that's it. I can never remember the name of that organization, but yeah, PWMCA. That's going to be at the Hilton DoubleTree SeaWorld in February. Pretty good lineup of people on there. We're talking about making the phone ring, and I've got a good one for that always reminds me. I have a very good friend in this business, and he's not in Tallahassee, but he found a computer program that he got really into, and he came to me and we were just kind of talking. He was just kind of talking, and he was bemoaning the fact that business was down for him in a certain period. And this guy, whenever he started, he was really, he was very personable, and he loved, we always talk between a point. Hey, where you going? Going on a sales appointment. Going on a sales appointment. Yes, and he'd be going into guard houses and gated communities, and I'd hear him talking. All right, Ray, I'm pulling up. I got to run. Tell me I'm awesome. You're awesome, man. You're going to kill this. And then about 2 years into it, he started using some software. And we were fussing and we were fussing back and forth with each other on the phone. And he was like, well, business has really slowed down for me and blah, blah. I said, I'll tell you what's wrong. It's like, what? All ears. I said, you're relying on that damn software. I said, you talk about the software, how awesome this software is, and you're letting it sell for you. And I'm not saying it's not good software, but you're losing that whole eye of the tiger. I want to sell. I want to freaking sell. I want to get out there and get belly to belly with customers, and I want to close somebody because it's a freaking adrenaline rush, and it's the best feeling in the world. And you're subbing that feeling out to software. And I remember him coming back to me and going, dude, you were right. Don't get lazy about stuff on there. Enjoy the sale. Enjoy it. It's so much fun. I only have one kitchen. Come on. Going ham in the sales department. I like it. Yeah, exactly. It's not an Amazon autopilot business model. It could take many touches to get a job. 100%. And sometimes the more you touch the people, the more charges you get brought up. No, I'm kidding. No, the more you touch the people, the more they like you because you follow up and follow up and follow up, and they love that. Some people tend to be high maintenance. And then once you deal with the high maintenance part of it, that's awesome. That is so awesome. But once you deal with the high maintenance people and you make them yours, they're yours. They're yours for the rest of your life. It reminds me of, what is Tanya told me this joke once. What do men and tile floors have in common? Lay them right the first time, and you can walk all over them for a lifetime. Yeah. But sometimes we go to these pain in the ass customers and we meet their needs. We do everything they want us to do to start with. And then there are hours for the rest of our life, Kyle, you ought to hook up with Henry with Big Ben Wash Pros. He probably knows more about Google Ad. Henry, Big Ben Wash Pros LLC. Henry Vogt. I ought to send him a message on Facebook, VOGT. He knows a lot more about the Google AdWords than I do. Maybe he's willing to talk about that. I know he ranks extremely high on Google here. I think get away from the companies, honestly. I think get away from the companies and do it yourself. Between the Google My Business and the Google AdWords, I think it's one of those things you're honestly better off doing yourself. I think it's something you can do yourself with better results than some of the brokers out there or some of the agencies. My personal feeling. I never hired anybody, and we were always, up there real high in Tallahassee. We did extremely, extremely well with it. And it's I never hired anybody. I always did it myself. I just always did it myself. Have I had a horrible customer when giving a bid? Yes, 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 yes. So hold on, I just recall someone accepting a quote. You got to love language like that. Um, so I will never forget this lady. And I did a video. I remember I found the video. It popped up in my memories. It was probably 6 years ago, and it popped up in my memories. But I've often thought about this lady. So nice house. It was in a wooded area, but you walk up to the house, and it was just this freaking night. I mean, it was so dirty. It was 2-story brick, kind of semi-Victorian. I mean, newer, not, let's say late 80s, early 90s house, but not, but Victorian replica with some brick on it, big azaleas all around it. And I start walking around, and I walked out to the pool, and the pool is literally liners gone. There are lily pads and cattails growing up at the pool. And I was like, that's interesting. She's like, yeah, we never got the pool anymore. We just turned it into a water feature. And I mean, there was freaking frogs and shit in there. And she's like, and the best thing is all the frogs, they keep the mosquitoes away. And I am literally just getting eaten alive from the freaking mosquitoes in this one. I'm like, they might keep it over from you, but they're eating me up. So we're walking around, and she's telling me how important her wildlife is to her. Okay, no problem. So we can't use any chemicals. She doesn't want anything getting into the pool, doesn't really want chemicals on the house either. And I said, ma'am, I said, your house is just, it's you've got a pretty strong biofilm on here. And we're going to, I mean, I'm not your guy. If you want it, we can get it cleaned up, but I'm going to have to use something. So she started talking about her spiders. And I was like, your spiders? I said, well, we're going to get rid of all those spider webs up there. She's like, well, I understand. If we got to, we got to. It really does need to get cleaned up. But my banana spiders and my azaleas. Okay. She said, I love these. And again, they eat the mosquitoes, and they're so good for the environment. I don't want my banana spiders killed. So here's what I'd like you to do. I would like you to take shoe boxes and put the banana spiders in the shoe boxes. And then after the house is dried, you can come back and open the shoe boxes up and put the banana spiders back. Also, banana spiders are territorial, so I'm going to need you to label the boxes that the banana spiders are in so they get back into the area that they were from. I literally gave her the competitor that I dislike the most's name. I was like, ma'am, I just don't think I can do this. I can't guarantee that I'm not going to hurt your beautiful spiders. Thank you for the opportunity, but nuts. You are absolutely insane. And I still remember giving her the name of one of our competitors. And I said, you ought to give them a call. I bet they could help you out here. Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Boy, look at the time. Gotta go, lady. You're absolutely insane. But yeah, I still remember that one. But I think a lot of our marketing, as far as the customers, early on, I had more customers that were annoying. I feel like our price point and where we marketed at solved a lot of the crazy customers, or the crazy cheap customers, the ones that were going to tell me how to do a job, or the ones, one of my favorite things is, well, I got a pressure washer and I could do this myself. I just thought, well, my time's worth something. So I'd give you, if you're cheap enough, I won't have to do that. I'll just let you do it. I mean, that's a dead giveaway. And then My office was really good. My office, I mean, either Ann, Tanya, whatever, secretary was there, and Tanya. And part of the way, we had them trained on the scripts is that, well, now are you just collecting bids? How did you hear about us? Oh, is it Google? Are you getting multiple bids on your house? I mean, a lot of times it was, no, well, no, you did my cousin Nancy's house or my friend Dave's house, and we want you to do it. They're very happy with you. Great. A lot of times they're like, yeah, I'm just calling around getting bids. So many times those people never wound up getting bids because the script was, well, please understand, if you're looking just for the cheapest bid, that's probably not going to be us. Very rarely are we the cheap one. And here's why we're not, because we're going to protect your landscaping. We're going to protect your outlets. We actually, Ray wrote the plant and property protection course. We have a school. We consider ourselves one of the better companies out there. And either by the time they got off the phone, they were either like, oh, hell no, you're too expensive for us, or they were already sold on using only us. And yeah, seriously, I doubt that house has been washed either. Yeah. All right, guys, it's 9:20. You guys rock. I've had a long day. I'm going to go eat some dinner, go to bed. I just don't want to miss y'all on a Monday night. Thank y'all also for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all's friendship. Hope what we talk about helps some. And happy Thanksgiving. I'm very thankful for my group of my tribe, my peoples, and I appreciate y'all. Very, very much appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving. Rock on. Y'all come in and see me at the store. See you guys.